Hey everybody.
Welcome to episode 26 of the Skein Scoop Podcast.
Here we are at Skein Yarnshop in East Greenwich, Rhode Island.
I'm Justine.
I'm Lori.
Thanks for coming back.
Thanks for watching.
Today is our day off.
That's right.
It's like so quiet.
I know. We were just saying how much we love Mondays.
Yeah, this is the first Monday we've been able to podcast in a while.
Oh, I know. I was actually thinking to myself when you were texting me, I was like, I'm so happy nobody's puking today.
Nobody's puking, knock on wood.
I know, right?
Nobody's puking, and we can have a podcast on a Monday, so we don't have to rush. And yeah,
nobody's banging on the door, although that could happen. That could happen at any second.
But if the car dealer place calls, I have to answer the phone.
Okay. No problem.
Yeah. Today is Monday, November 14th.
Yes.
So good.
Can you believe it?
I really can't. You know what happens in January? My baby moves up to like her big girl room in school.
Her big girl room?
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean? Is that the last room?
No, she has two rooms left. So this is like the second to last room that she's going to be in for preschool. So she's been with these teachers for almost 2 full years. And you know, with every other kid, it's been like, well, that's okay because we have one more kid coming. Right. It feels really, really devastating to leave these teachers because they had Ben for 2 years and now they have had Charlotte for 2 years. But she's ready because I went in to drop her off this morning and like all these little babies were like toddling over to her. There's still kids like teething and kids that are like scooting around, and Charlotte was like, get me out of here. I'm ready for the next level.
Oh my gosh.
I know, but it makes me sad.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I love her teachers. So I have to actually make them a gift because I made them for last year for Christmas. I made them a bunch of Rasta hats. No, remember it zooms out.
Oh, I know. But I want to be close to you.
Remember last year I made 4 Rasta hats like for Christmas time,
I do remember
kind of last minute.
Yep.
One of her teachers was like, "Oh, I wear my hat all the time." I'm like, "Okay."
Nothing like dropping a little hint.
But at least I only, not only, but I'll make 2 gifts this year. So I don't really know what to make them because I don't want to make the same thing. I don't want to make
you can't make a hat. What are you going to do? You make a shawl?
I could probably make a cowl.
I was just going to say a cowl. Shawl would be. I would take some time.
I don't know.
I mean, not that you couldn't.
They are so worthy. I was thinking about it today when Ben left preschool altogether. He was with this group, these 2 wonderful women, and I collected money from the class and gave them a gift. And the gift was extravagant because so many people gave me so much money because I think they were just grateful that they didn't have to do any of the shopping.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it, I'm like, the middle grade teachers, they don't get any of that.
The middle grade teachers.
Like when they are leaving the school, we usually do like a big thing, but these 2 deserve it probably even more. They're with the babies, like, you know what I mean? Right. So I need to do something good for them because I truly, truly appreciate them.
I know they take good pictures.
They sure do take good pictures, my baby. Anyway.
Anyhow.
What else is going on? What's going on in your life?
You know, wedding's over. No stories. No stories. They're off. They're living their lives. I mean, I call them on the phone. I told you. I called them on the phone. So now this past weekend I was alone. Not a bad thing. Just saying. I called them, I thought. So Kevin and Michael were off doing their guy thing. Yeah. And
Michael is her son-in-law.
That's right. Sam is married to Michael, and Samantha was working because she's a nurse, and so she was working, and they baby their dog big time. So
he's cute.
So he is very cute, and I mean he can stay alone for long periods of time, but I guess he was going to be alone for like 12 hours, and that wasn't an option. So they live in New Hampshire, and she called her sister, who lives outside of Boston at college, and said, you need to come up to New Hampshire to look after the dog, and you can't say no. And then we'll be able to hang out at night. So that happened.
Well, that's nice.
And so they were hanging out together at night, and I FaceTimed them thinking, oh, won't that be nice? We can FaceTime a little bit, you know?
We can chat.
Yeah, not so much.
They ignored you?
Yeah, like I FaceTimed them, and the looks on their faces when they saw it was me, you know that before they answered, the FaceTime was like,
it's Mom.
That's exactly what it was. It was,
girls, you have no idea how lucky you are.
It was like, you know, it was, it's Mom. Do we pick up? And they couldn't, and they knew they had to pick up because I, of course, knew they were there. So they were just like, ugh. It was kind of, it wasn't kind of, it was really sad. And I was like, oh, you know, okay, I didn't want to be cramping anyone's style. So I was like, oh, we don't have to stay on. And they were like, click. Oh, it's kind of sad.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So anyway, knowing that they're not watching this podcast, I feel free to talk about it.
That's good.
And so that's my life now. No, they're good girls. Anyway,
they were just enjoying sister time.
They were, yeah. And so that's my life. And
my life now consists of even more travel because Harrison is on
sports travel.
Yeah, I mean, baseball was one thing because it takes a lot of time. Like the actual
the game, the playing
is a
of
long
the game
period of time, but it was all in town, so it wasn't that big a deal.
Right.
Basketball is insane, so we just drove all over God's green earth this weekend.
Oh,
and just drove all over the place. We had to go to Bellingham, Mass, which was like only 45 minutes, but God, it's the most boring drive ever, and there's nothing there at all except this beautiful high school. They played their games. He won one, lost two, but it was their first, like they have had one practice together. So at least they won one. And yeah, it's just, he's got 2 practices a week and then games constantly. And Ben's playing basketball, which is very cute. And thank God Charlotte doesn't have anything yet. But when she starts having things, I'm so in trouble. Because it's crazy. Harrison's life is nuts.
And then you guys will be splitting up.
I mean, yeah, we already have to. Michael's coaching Ben's basketball team, which is really cute, but I think Harrison might be a tiny bit jealous that he didn't do any of his coaching. But really, he didn't do it because Harrison wouldn't have responded well at that age. You know what I mean? He'd be like, don't tell me what to do, Dad! Because that's Harrison. But Ben's excited, but
it was the opposite with me, actually. I did, because there was such a big gap between my kids. So I had Sam, and then there's a 6-year age difference between my girls.
Right.
So I actually did a lot of that stuff with Sam. Like I was like a brownies leader, and which I'm sure is difficult for you to picture.
How long did she do brownies for? Did she go to Girl
couple
Scouts?
of years. I feel like she did Girl Scouts for like a year. I feel like she did Girl Scouts for a year. I don't think I was a Girl Scouts leader. I can't remember. I think I blocked it out.
No insulting to Boy Scouts, but I feel like Girl Scouts is run significantly better than Boy Scouts. At least from the experience that Harrison had. I mean, it was also COVID, but like I remember as a Girl Scout when I was little, my mom did it too. There was like regimented meeting times, and it was always the same. Boy Scouts was sort of like, we'll meet, we won't. Let's go march in a parade with our cute little uniform on. I don't know. It was a big deal,
I think
those badges.
Yes, a big deal. The badges. I was a Girl Scout for a while, but then again, there's been all kinds of like upheaval with between COVID, and it's been an upheaval with the Boy Scouts, so it could be some of that too.
Harrison, the only thing he really liked about Boy Scouts was that they did that derby car race where they had to make the car out of the like block of wood, and he won the first time. So he was like, I want to do that every year. We're like, we're not doing Boy Scouts just so you can race your wooden car.
Yeah.
Like,
all right.
This is a knitting podcast.
Yes, right. We should probably move on to knitting.
Can you believe that I'm drinking a Dunkin' Donuts coffee instead of a Starbucks coffee?
Well, they'd never know because it's covered up in that thing. But I gave her a hard time.
I had to drop my car off, and so
We're in New England, actually. It's surprising that we don't drink Dunkin' all the time.
I used to, but now I'm addicted to Starbucks since
know.
working here.
I know. Starbucks all the time. We should really, I don't know, have some kind of, I don't know, we should, I don't know, be like having an ad or something. We should be getting some kind of.
We should be getting paid for it.
Getting paid, thanks. That's what I meant.
Woo! Okay,
right.
we have two things we want to show you that are finished that we didn't make. Okay?
Yes.
So the first thing we want to show you is the Stephen West's MCal, which is over, so we don't have to say spoiler, but if for some reason, Jen Cohen, you are watching this and you're not finished, then look
away now.
So this is Angie's Twist and Turns MCal 2022. She made this as a store sample. It is
not blacked yet.
It is not blacked.
But it is beautiful.
And
the colors are gorgeous.
This is made out of
very neutral.
Dreamin' Colors, Lamb and Goat.
Wait, I want to move my drink so it does not get
on this beautiful thing. So Angie did the early bind off.
She took the early exit. She exited early.
You know, I have a lot of thoughts about the MCal. I'm just totally distracted by
phone calls and
by just making sure this isn't my car. But it says healthcare. Oh, it's just CVS. So Angie is ahead. Well, obviously she's finished and I'm not yet. But I have mine to show too. Maybe I'll show mine after.
So you're distracted by the fact that you didn't win.
No, I didn't want to win anymore.
I know.
I have some thoughts about it. Stephen West does an incredible job with.
So do we want to go by like what was clue 1?
Sure. So the center panel here is clue 1. And then for clue 2, you pick up and do these short rows and the twisted rib section. That's sections, this is section 2, and then the other side is section 3. And then for section 4 and 5, you pick up and do these cable-y sections under here. As a part of clue 3, you can add I-cords into this, woven into this cable here. Angie chose not to do that because I think she was like, no way. For clue 3, in addition, you make this long twisted and turny little panel with all these twisted, oh yeah, that looks pretty. Look how pretty that looks.
Very pretty.
All those little twisted swirly things. You do 2 of those on either side, and then for clue 4, you knit this garter and bump sections. There you go. See how it's stockinette and then garter bumps, and you attach it as you go to this strip here. And then if you want to, and then you can come back over here underneath section 1 and you pick up all along the bottom of section 1 and knit the chevron, what's it called?
I don't know.
Twisted rib section, and then I don't know,
because I did not do it.
And then a I-cord bind off, and Angie chose to attach these little doobie dobbies down here. I've seen a lot of people do tassels here, which are really cool. Nitty Natty did that, where she made like these huge tassels, and they look really beautiful.
This part I love.
Yeah, I love it. So what I was gonna say about this is that
there's a lot to say.
Stephen is a genius. He's so clever. I learned so much about all sorts of different things while I was working on this shawl. I learned some little tricks. I feel more confident in like coming up with, I have a different idea for what I want to do underneath here for mine. I've seen other people's, and I kind of like am choosing how I want to make mine look. But I never really would have, in a project like this, felt so comfortable to be like, okay, I know what to do now, and I know how I could make it what I want. But I feel really comfortable now, and I feel like he gives you that comfort because he makes for every clue. If you've never done a mystery knit along, there's a video at the beginning where he takes you through the entire thing. So even something as simple as just like picking up stitches in a certain way, you know how it says in a pattern like, oh, pick up 3 stitches along the edge, and you're like, well, which one is he talking about? He will like, it's so great
detailed.
because he shows you, and then he tells you when it doesn't matter. Like he tells you when this isn't such a big deal, don't worry about it, just pick it up.
Right.
You know, and I think that that's kind of empowering because it sort of shows you like to trust yourself a little bit more.
Yep.
So while we're still like blocking Jen out, I'll show you where I'm at.
Okay.
So I'm using
Jen, still don't look.
Jen, don't look. I'm using Anzula fibers in the squishy base for my main color and my contrasting color, and my pop is this awesome purpley pink from Junk Yarn. So I'm on clue 2 still, but I'm really loving knitting this section here. I thought I wasn't gonna like it, but I'm really loving knitting this section. But touch the yarn.
I know.
It's so good. It's so good. I've seen some people do a couple of different things that I'm sort of contemplating. So let me tell you. So
tell us.
I am dreading that long panel. I don't know why, but I'm dreading it so much. And it'll be that long clue 3.
Dark
I'm just
panel.
dreading it. Okay. So a bunch of people, some people skipped it completely and just knitted this section here at the end. I can't decide if I really want to do that or not. Of course, I'm going to have an extra thing over here with the cables on this part. So I really like the way, what I like the most about this is that it kind of mimics what's happening here with the stockinette and the garter bumps, which I think is so cool. And I like that, but I'm dreading doing this, and I don't really know if it needs it. The actual pattern, if you don't take the early exit, has these long pointy things. I'm absolutely not going to do that. Because I think they look super silly. What I'm thinking I want to do is maybe just pick up, so this will be in my pop color. I want to pick up under here, but I don't want to do the twisted rib. I just kind of want to do a little bit of stockinette and then do an I-cord bind off. And I want to catch my little guys here and have this be open in between. So instead of it being connected, I want it to have it be open. And then maybe I will add tassels. So that's where I'm at. I've also seen
you know
people
what he
do
would
fringe.
say? He would say, you do you.
I know, and I think
and that's what I love about him.
I'm really enjoying doing this section. I didn't think I would, but you know what it is? It's the yarn. You guys, if you haven't used Anzula fingering, the squishy base, it's merino cashmere nylon, it is so unbelievably good. I mean, the depth of color in this gray it's such a good gray. It's a bit tonal in spots. I'm really enjoying it. I do think that because I love the yarn so much, I really am enjoying
it's
making
beautiful.
it something that I don't think I wasn't anticipating. This is a bunch of short row sections, right, in garter. But for whatever reason, because of the math, on this side it's all knitted, but on this side those are all purls. I had to purl the whole thing, so it was purling on either side to make it be symmetrical. It was nuts, and I hate purling. I don't really hate purling, but people had like a massive issue with that.
Wow.
They look the same.
They look the same.
In fact, I can't even tell you which one is which.
Yep.
I actually think this is the knit. I think I purl a little bit looser than I knit. And what I was also going to say was that Stephen made a post, or somebody told me about this. I didn't see the actual post, but he made a post somewhere where he was basically like, if you don't like it, can you just keep it to yourself.
Seriously.
Because there's parts of it that I'm not too, obsessed with, but then there's other things that I really love, and will I finish it? 1,000%. Will it be it's a piece of art in my opinion. It's not like, I don't know. I feel it made me feel bad for him because he puts so much into this thing. You pay minimal.
Oh my God, you pay like nothing
for
what do you
you're
pay?
getting.
$12 for the
I don't
pattern?
think so. I think it was like $9. I don't even think
Well, whatever.
I could be wrong.
Even if you paid $15, which you don't, the amount of content that Stephen West puts out there for people, the amount of free content that he puts out, the amount of tutorials, the amount of knowledge that he puts out there for free for people to consume. I mean, I use his tutorials all the time.
I just think that you can learn so much in doing something like this, and if you don't love the end result, okay, but it's a part of the process. I mean, and maybe that's because I am a total process knitter. It doesn't
same.
It doesn't, that's why I think the total number of whips that I have, it can be overwhelming for me if I feel like, oh my God, if I feel like I have to get this done for like a gift or for someone in particular, I can feel overwhelmed by that. But if it's just for me, I do not feel any sort of way about having a
pressure
ton of whips. No, I mean,
complete.
Somebody wrote something about like clearing our needles.
Let's be clear. I am a process knitter.
Yeah. I mean, I love the end result, but I have to knit.
Right.
It's not
every day.
It's not about necessarily the product. Because look at me, I can finish sweaters and be like,
right, whatever, and just on
move
to the
on
next
to the
thing.
next one. It's not like it's going to stop me from knitting a sweater.
Right.
So anyway, okay, so 22 minutes in and we're done talking about the West Knit make along. So now Jen.
Well, it's a big. Sorry, Jen.
I'm gonna write that down. So maybe I'll put in a timestamp. 22:15. Stop and go. I'll put that in for Jen.
That's right. You can look again.
Yeah, I just think it's a huge learning thing. It's so good to learn new things like that.
Absolutely.
Stephen West is like I-cord king, though.
Yes, he is.
I found out. Talk about your I-cord?
As I found out, which I don't have with me. I forgot it at home. So I did cast on the painted honeycomb shawl, which...
Maybe if you send me a picture, I could put it in.
Oh, yes, I will. I'll send you a picture.
Right, so I'll put that in here.
So that you cast on 215 stitches, which doesn't sound like a big deal, right? But it is an I-cord cast on because Stephen West loves I-cord cast on and I-cord bind off, which is time consuming. It is not difficult in the slightest. So don't let that scare you off. It's not scary at all. My advice to you, and it's going to be beautiful, and you're supposed to do it in gradient for it to have the effect that it does when you see his pictures.
Yeah.
But so if you do it in Freya, which is what I did it in, and in my opinion, it has the most impressive effect in the Freya, but I'm doing it in the Freya fingering, in the shawl balls and the yarn bombs, because it's singles, it takes a little bit of time.
So it's the kind where you cast on, you make the I-cord, and then you have to pick up the stitches as you're going along. That's how the start of that was as well.
Right.
And then it's like when you're crocheting, and I know you don't crochet,
right,
but it's like when they tell you to chain 3,000 or something, and you're like, how do you keep? I don't think anyone tells you to chain that many. But even if they tell you to chain 150, you're like, you lose track, and then you're like, well, did I do enough, or did I do one
so then
too
you have
many,
to
or
count
not
them.
enough? And it's
and I also
miserable.
And another thing is that I picked a really dark color, so I was going blind.
Yeah. I'm gonna get an Ott light. Do you have one of those?
I don't. But that sounds.
It's like a neck one. and you can push it. There's like a bunch of like levels, so it's super light on your neck, but you can move it around and point it directly, and then you can push the buttons so that they're like.
So I have one of those from Amazon.
Yeah.
So I have one, but I couldn't find it.
Oh. When I'm doing something like that, I usually take my phone and go like this with the flashlight and go like this and figure it out.
That sounds
I do have a headlamp also, but that's because we lost power one time when my in-laws were at my house, and my father-in-law knew I wanted to knit, so he went to the Home Depot and got a bunch of flashlights and things, and he bought me one of those. He's like, here, you can knit now while you're
So we have those too, because remember who I live with.
Yeah.
And
does Kevin have any of those hats with the lights built into the hat?
I'm not sure.
I think that's a gift for Kevin. A Hanukkah gift.
Or a gift for both of us.
Yeah. Speaking of hats, have you seen those hats that you can put in the freezer for migraines?
Yes, I bought one.
It does not work.
No, it works. It works. But it's really, really cold.
I bet.
So I put it in, and then I had a migraine, and I put it on, and it was too cold.
Oof.
It was too cold. So then I had
so then you put a kitchen towel over your head and then put that.
So I did not do that. I didn't.
It probably wouldn't fit my head. My head's too big.
They're pretty stretchy. They're pretty stretchy. So then I waited for like a really, really long time, hours, and then it was a good temperature. Okay. But I'm not sure it's going to really work out.
We both suffer from migraines, and it's pretty bad.
I think the roller thing is still the best thing.
Yeah, I
the
use
thing that Kemper.
But do you know what happens? My kids take it out of the freezer and play with it.
It's gone. I don't know where it is. I don't. There are none around my house anymore, and I still don't know what happened to it.
All right, we have another thing we want to show you. That's a finished object. It's a perfect gift knit, which is why we want to share this with you. This is something that your mother-in-law made for the shop like ages ago, and since then we have sold so much of the yarn to make these cowls. They're really good gift knits.
We've definitely shown this probably a year ago.
Yeah.
But since it's that time of year again, we thought we're going to show it again.
So this is the Common Time Cowl by Church Mouse Yarns and Tees, right?
Yes, I think so.
And it's a super, super simple free pattern, and it's shown here in Laine Cashmere Light. So it's
Which I just happen to have.
It's 2 balls. Oh, God.
Oh, gosh.
All right, maybe this is what Melissa and Jackie are going to get for Christmas. Do you think your mother-in-law will make them for me? This is the Church Mouse.
That'll be meaningful.
This is the Common Time Cowl. It's so warm. Oh my God. I don't have one of these. Do you?
This thing is the best thing ever. It really is.
It was a good find. If I do say so myself.
And
this is why, because you have you like this.
What do you
mean?
mean?
A video of you doing this.
We do?
Yes. Yeah.
So
it's Laine Cashmere Light. We have a lot of colors. We have lots of colors.
And we'll be getting more because I tend to over order.
Oh, it's just so pretty. It's really, really luxurious, and I just think it is the perfect little gift. As much as I would love to make them all a bunch of Sophie scarves, I don't know if this is as good. I mean, this might be better is what I mean to say. I mean, Sophie, whatever. You know,
Sophie shawls. Sophie shawls, Sophie scarf.
I want to make all of them.
This thing.
I just don't know how other people feel about like those little bandana necklaces. You know?
So Justine will put in the pictures for those of you who haven't seen either the Sophie scarf or the Sophie shawl. Well, you've been living under a rock because everybody and their mother have been making them. And they're lovely, but the Sophie scarf is pretty tiny.
Can you tell we like this color?
Yeah.
This is also in Laine, not in this base, it's in their DK cashmere. It's not as fluffy. You know, my sister would love one of these.
It's like a little kerchief. It's like, or ascot or whatever you want to, you know, depending upon how big your neck is.
Yeah, can you imagine if you were one of those people that you could wrap it around like 7 times?
I don't think anybody can wrap it around 7 times.
Well, I can't even think I could. We're doing a really good job. I don't think that's how you're supposed to wear it. Look like
No, you look fine.
I look like I got back from the neck doctor. That's what I look like.
Anyway, we're very dainty.
Yes,
Yeah.
That's the words to describe me.
Yeah, we're the dainty.
We're the dainty knitters.
We're the dainty podcasters.
Yeah. Anyway, this is just some ideas. You know what I would like this for? Wrapping around a bag. If I used a bag.
What?
A purse. A lot of people wrap these around their purses. As like purser chips. I made that up. No, I didn't make up the fact that people put it on their purse. Oh, stop. Anyway, you want to talk about our knitting, the stuff we're doing?
Yeah. So should we go right into?
Yes.
I guess we should go. So anyway, this is lovely. It is definitely for someone who, it is only for people who are knit worthy. Okay? Just going to tell you, because this takes 2 of these. Okay? And it is, you know, not inexpensive. So
if
I
the
am
Sophie
making
scarf isn't for you, but you like the idea of this, then maybe the Sophie shawl is,
which
for
I have
you.
started, which you can make in, it calls for worsted, but you can, you know, you can make it in DK. We have people making it in DK or worsted.
Isn't there who's making it in the Tweety with the Laura Angel is making it in Tweety held with the cashmere light.
Correct.
So good.
Yes. And then both Judy Olson and Lori Weitzner are making it in
Enya?
Dream in Color.
Oh.
You could definitely make it in Lang Enya. I am making it in the cashmere light that we just showed you. It is extremely
oh my god,
snuggly.
It's so good.
I'm going to wear it all winter long. So that is my start. I will
is
be
your little
further
marker the increase?
It's just the right side.
Oh, so how are you tracking your increases?
How am I tracking my increases?
Yeah.
I'm not. Oh, I am.
I'm not.
I'm not.
I refuse. Okay.
Screw those increases. No, I'm doing my, you know, my row counter on the app. On my phone.
Got it.
No, that I definitely have to do. I'm not.
I was like, wow, you're such a genius.
Genius. No, that's you.
All right. I have 2 things that I brought.
That's it. That's all I've got. Plus, of course, you know, the sweater that I refuse to show anymore.
Ooh, I want to show you something. So remember how last week or last time we podcasted, when I opened up my buddy case, you were horrified at how many things were in my buddy case. So I pared down my buddy case, but notice they're all the same things.
What do you mean you pared it down?
Well, I just like took out the extra. There was way too much in here.
So what'd you do with them?
I'm going to show you. You're going to be so jealous, and I'm going to have to get this for you. Okay, so I had literally probably like 100 markers in my buddy case, so everything was falling out. I found this while I was reorganizing.
I wonder where mine is.
We need more of these.
Yeah, we definitely do.
This is a Skein Yarn Shop Progress Keeper on acrylic.
You know what?
Cuteness.
We do need more of those. I should have. You know what? I have an order in with Katrinkles right now. Humongous, but that's to be spoken about a little later in the podcast.
I want a unicorn colored one.
You want a unicorn colored one?
Like the clear
yeah.
that she uses.
Oh God. Oh gosh. What did we have these for? These were so good.
I feel like we got those for local yarn shop day. Nope, we got the ones that say local yarn shop day.
That's right.
I'm not sure, but this is like my favorite one, so I keep it in here. I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Okay, so I was embarrassed by my sloppy buddy case. So I was thinking, and I was like, I had this huge container of like a cocoa knits container, just like piled high with all the stuff that I took out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, oh, I want, and Ben helped me organize it. This is a makeup little clear tins, and they get you unscrew them and they come apart, and I organized all my little tchotchkes.
I want that.
Isn't that so cute? Those are the cute little ones that we got from Thread and Maple. And then I've got
Not from Thread and Maple.
I've got I've got all my cocoa knits, like extra colored ones, not to be confused with, you know, the
Not to be confused with.
these are my sock stitches.
Oh, from Katrinkles.
So every one of them has like a different
Wait, can we just...
style
Oh my
thing.
God, those are... What
Those
are
are my Mickey Mouses I got from Fangirl Fibers. And then
We need to plan our trunk show with Emily.
look at these. Aren't these so cute? Look at this one.
Oh, those are so cute. Are
My
those
little
from...
unicorn heart? I mean,
Where'd you
mermaid-
get that from?
my little mermaid heart.
I want that.
It's so cute. I got this from my Advent last year.
Oh, that one's open. Someone's gonna get hurt. Ben. Is that gonna fit in there?
Yeah. So cute, right?
I want that.
So I got this little thing on Amazon for like $4, and then I just put all these little tchotchkes in there.
Ooh.
Over dramatic. Woo! So yeah, Ben and I organized all my tchotchkes yesterday. Isn't that cute?
That is adorable. Brilliant.
Brilliant. All right.
Brilliant.
Speaking of Ben, he has been bugging me to make
Is the
him...
hat done yet?
No, stop.
Oh my God.
He's been bugging me to make him a hat. And
I'm gonna be like, Bonnie, is the hat done yet? Listen, I'm still being haunted about a bag that I started 10 years ago from Bonnie, so I don't want to hear it.
So there's in my yarn cabinet a bucket at the bottom for like heels and toes, like small scraps of fingering weight. Of course he picks out fingering weight and he wants a hat out of it. And so he has been saying he wants a blue and yellow hat. So this is what he picked out. It is blue and yellow. Oof.
Wait a second. I thought...
Ben already has a Musselburgh.
Oh, I thought that's the hat we were talking about.
No.
What happened here?
This is a whole new...
What happened here?
Oh, it just got a little pull.
All right.
Yeah, it's just a little pull.
Oh, okay.
So he picked these colors. This is
Let me see this.
this is yellow, and this is blue. This is Knit Picks Stroll for heels and toes, and this is called the Symphony Hat
It's so good.
by Gabrielle Dance Knit. That's just the name. I didn't create her name. It's a lot of purling. It's a lot of purling.
Is that a real name?
What do you mean if that's a real name? Yes, I even double checked how she spelled it. Maybe it's Dansk Knit. Like,
That just seems awfully coincidental.
well, I don't know. I didn't make her name.
DANSKKNIT.
Listen, could be her knitting name. So
Those colors are awesome.
it's cute. He's really excited. Actually, when I first cast it on, he went to bed,
That's
and
fantastic.
the next morning he woke up and he was like, oh, "Mom, you did so much!" And he was so proud.
So cute.
So then yesterday when we were going through all of my my tchotchkes, he was like, "Mom, can we put one of those things on my hat?" And I'm like, "You know it doesn't stay on the hat, right?" And he's like, "No, I want that one on my hat." I'm like, "Oh, it's not staying on there forever. You can't have my little pink sock." So yeah, it is fingering weight, but he doesn't really have a little head. His head is kind of big. As do all of my children. But we did put it on and it fits. And so there's that.
That is
He's really
His friends
happy.
are going to be so jealous.
Really? I kind of think it's hideous.
I think it's fantastic.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a nice pattern. It's It's just
How can you not love that?
I don't know, maybe because it's just like really in my face. I don't know.
Oh my God. I think it's amazing.
All right. Fingering weight, guys, and I think you only need 20 grams of the contrast color, so you could use a mini skein and a 50-gram ball. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot. It's just a lot, you know?
I feel like it's super Swedish. So
well,
it goes
he is a little Swedish
right
child.
along with the family.
So hopefully I finish this soon. Otherwise, I'm never going to hear the end of it.
That is true.
And then the only other thing that I have been, he's a what?
That kid is a nag.
Yeah, he is a nag. I have been diligently working on my Oxa sweater.
Wow.
So this is my Oxa by Caitlin Hunter. I was really far up here last time.
Yep. Look at you go.
So I've split for sleeves.
Oh gosh.
It's,
oh.
I can't even tell you enough about this yarn.
People are gonna get sick of us.
I just like the yarn.
I can't wait to cast
this yarn is so good. It's
Stupid.
It's a pleasure to work with. So the Oxa is a fully textured yoke, and then you split for sleeves, and then it's just a plain regular knitting. I think I did a better job at my twisted X's down here than I did up here, just because I was a little more comfortable. These little like things at the bottom, they look super complicated. It's just slip stitches with the yarn in the front. I can't even get over how much I love the color. I think it's so good. I think I'm gonna make another one. I just love it. So this is Laine. Yeah. Which is right. Oh, there's no more green. Did someone buy all the green?
Could that be you?
No, we have more.
Don't worry.
Before.
It's actually coming in this week.
So
this don't worry about
that. It's 70% extra fine merino wool and 30% yak. You know what's funny was I was talking with somebody about it, and I said, "Oh, you could try the yak," and she goes, "What's a yak? Like an animal?" And I was like, "Yeah."
It is. It's one of those
animal with the big
with the horns that like kind of look like like they're really cool looking. They're huge.
Cool. They're not green. I'm pretty sure they dye it. That was just a blonde moment. It's worsted. It's so good. It's so good to knit with. It's really, really crazy. It's just so good.
Wait.
So I knit. People always ask me why I put like my little markers on the side. I mark every inch. I knit from my orange one yesterday at baseball. So I did like 2 inches at basketball, not baseball, at basketball. Yeah.
So good.
It is so good. I'm trying to force myself to knit up, work on the hat and work on the shawl. So I'm sort of being not monogamous, and I wish I was being purely monogamous and getting this done. But if you are one of those people that gets stuck and you feel like, ugh, I don't want to knit the body of a sweater, I highly recommend putting markers every, I have to do every 7 rounds, put a marker for an inch, and that just motivates me, like, oh, I can do 1 more round to get to that inch, or I can do 2 more rounds, and it's really motivating. If you're not,
I started doing it too, like on my muscle burra.
If you don't have your progress to show you, it just feels like you're never getting anywhere. Whereas this, I'm like, ooh, 4 inches down, 9 more to go. So yeah,
that's awesome.
I'm excited about this. I can't decide if I want full sleeves or 3/4.
I used to be, it's so funny because when I was working on my Tecumseh, people were like, sorry, sorry about that.
Stopped our coffee. When you were working on your Tecumseh?
When I was working on my Tecumseh, people were constantly asking me what length sleeves, and I was like, oh, definitely full length, definitely full length. but I think I might go 3/4 on when I cast on my boxy. I think I'm gonna go 3/4.
I will tell you, this screen is really good.
What do you mean?
Makes my eyes look really greener, doesn't it?
You know what I don't like? I don't like
What? You don't like
things. Don't no. Wait, look at me again like that. So green, so beautiful.
Oh God.
I think that things they just don't represent. Like,
Oh, you
all
don't
I
think-
see is my skunk line
It
down
is
the
not.
middle.
It's just the light.
And my hair doesn't look like this in real life. Like, my hair does not look this light here in real life.
Do you want me to shut off the overhead lights?
No, listen, there's no mystery now.
I wish my hair was this blonde in real life. I like what the lights are doing for my hair.
You're getting all the benefit. I'm getting all the,
I wore a green dress to my brother-in-law's wedding one time, and there was a woman.
One time? Was there more than one wedding?
I wore a green dress to my brother-in-law's wedding.
Yes.
And like multiple people came over to me and they were like, "You should only ever wear green." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So all the other times, because I don't ever wear green.
Do you like Justine's? Look at Justine's awesome sweatshirt.
This is my Rhinebeck sweatshirt. I love this sweatshirt.
This was so funny. So let's talk about this moment at Rhinebeck.
We had a delightful breakfast at Pete's.
We did. That was awesome. I loved that place.
So we were trying to find a good place.
See, look at you. You remember the name of that place. I never would have remembered the name of that place.
Called?
It was like a diner.
Was that what it was called?
I have no idea.
I
think it was.
I actually do
I think it was Pete's.
So we were going back and forth on where to eat because our breakfasts at the hotel were...
Yeah, they were not great.
They were not that great.
No.
So we were like, oh, let's go get some bagels. So we went to the bagel place and they didn't take anything but cash. And the two of us were like...
No cash.
No cash.
Only, yeah.
So we were walking around and we were kind of resolved to go like find a Dunkin' Donuts or something.
Yeah.
And there was this breakfast diner and they had no
perfect.
lights on, like outside. It wasn't like lit up.
So
like,
we couldn't tell if
food.
it was open or not.
We crossed the street, had an excellent breakfast. And it was lovely.
It was perfect.
Yeah, the people were great. The coffee was excellent. We met a bunch of knitters because, of course, it was in
yeah.
Rhinebeck. So
no, the same ones that were in our hotel.
Yeah, we met the hotel
really funny.
people. And then we were leaving and we were walking to the car and we're on the corner and there was this lady in the window.
We were looking at the window. So you were looking at the sweatshirt.
Yeah.
You're like,
I need that.
Yeah, it was just random. You're like, oh my God, I love that sweatshirt. Right. And then there was someone who obviously worked in the store.
I didn't really think it was that obvious. I thought it was somebody like being funny. I didn't know for sure that the lady works there. She was like dancing in the window and I'm like, now I really need that sweatshirt. I'm gonna go see that lady. So we went in.
She was dancing in the window and like laughing at us.
And we walked in and she was like, don't spill your coffee. And we were like, okay, we won't. And then I went right to the sweatshirt, pulled it out.
Yeah.
And I love this sweatshirt. Actually, Rachel wanted me to.
Is it super soft?
Oh my God, it's really, really soft.
Let me put my hand on your shirt.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's really soft. I love it. It doesn't shrink at all. It's been washed plenty of
times.
And
put in the dryer.
And put in the dryer. It doesn't
I love
shrink.
that.
I love it. It's really cozy. I love it. Rachel wanted it and she was like, where'd you get that sweatshirt? And I was like, oh, I'll look up on the receipt, but I couldn't find the receipt, so I don't know the name of the shop. But it was on the corner of the street in Rhinebeck.
Yeah.
On the corner across from that
It
really
was just
old
funny.
inn.
That lady was funny.
What was that inn called? That really old inn?
I feel like it began with a B, but I could be way off.
Sure. They had lots of cute kids things in there too. I could have spent $1 million because they had like really cute like matching jammies.
I feel like it was like
stuff.
a preppy department store.
Yeah, it was really cute. But I love this sweatshirt. Big fan.
Anyway,
Yeah,
so
that's-
Rhinebeck related. All right.
Yeah.
What else?
Okay. Let's talk about our
Hold on. All right, so we talked about the Sophie shawl, which you'll put a picture in. I just decided we're gonna make the Sophie shawl in all different yarns because it's just super wearable, and everybody should have it.
So let's talk about this before we talk about our future guest on Dreams.
Okay.
So we are partnering with the lovely girls, Kristen and Maddie from the We Share Needles podcast.
Yes.
Hi, girls.
Hello.
Hello, friends.
Hello.
So we are doing a Love Your Local Yarn Shop make along. So the hashtag is Love Your LYSMAL. Okay. It's a make along for the holiday season ish. So the idea is that you cast on Small Business Saturday, which is Saturday, November 26th. And if you use yarn from your local yarn shop, you are eligible to enter. However, if you use yarn from Skein Yarn Shop, you will get 2 entries in the final for the final prizes. So you don't have to knit anything in particular. It's not a project that you have to do that's the same as any of us. We're going to share what we want to cast on. I can share with you what Maddie and Kristen are going to cast on. Theirs happens to be holiday related.
That's right.
But it doesn't have to be. It can be a gift knit. It could be more than one entry. You can do multiple presents, multiple things for people. It just has to. You have to enter for prizes by January 1st.
Should we talk about? Some people might not know what a make along is.
Sure.
Let's talk about it. So it's just a way to, build community, maybe motivate you to, work on a project. Do you get an entry for, do you get an extra
yes.
entry for completion?
So there's 2 ways to enter for prizes. The first way to enter is just by chatting and talking on so we are going to be in charge of the whips and the chatter thread. So if you go into Ravelry, and there's a link underneath below in the description box where it says post all your whips and chatter on our Ravelry page here, and then you click on it and you enter the discussion board. You click on that says whips and chatter, and you just start responding to people. So you can say, oh, I think that I'm gonna make the Sophie shawl, and I want to get yarn from Skein Yarn Shop, and then you say what you're thinking of doing, and you hit post, and that's 1 entry. Every time you post on it, it's an entry. So that's awesome. And Maddie and Kristen will be posting as well. If you finish an item, especially if you finish an item that you purchased yarn from Skein Yarn Shop, you can go over to the We Share Needles Ravelry group, which is also linked below. And you click on theirs and you just post a picture. Say, this is what I made. I got the yarn from Skein Yarn Shop, and then you post it twice if you got it from Skein Yarn Shop. On January 1st, we're going to stop it and we're going to pull prizes, and we're going to pull names from the people who finished projects, and they're going to pull those and give out gifts, and then we're going to pull from the whips and chatter
and give gifts
and
because we love to give prizes.
It doesn't have to be, like I said, it doesn't have to be holiday themed. Maddie and Kristen both picked out yarn from Skein Yarn Shop, and so they're going to be, they're both making Christmas stockings, but 2 different patterns. So Maddie is making a really pretty Fair Isle Christmas stocking using Lannis Light from Barocco, and Kristen is also making a stocking, but she's using the Worsted Barocco Vintage. So their stuff was sent out, and hopefully they get it soon.
They should get it today.
They said that the post office in Arkansas is particularly slow. When I went to UPS and asked them how long it would be, they were like, oh, a week. I was like, oh, okay.
What's up with that?
I don't know. The thing that I really love about, if you haven't watched the We Share Needles podcast, you should go and watch it, because
subscribe.
Maddie and Kristen had in their most recent episode, they talked a lot about the make along, and one of the things that they really touch on is just having the ability to go to a store where you can get yarn from a variety of price points, right? Like, you can always go to Joann's and Michael's and Hobby Lobby and all those things. Actually, don't go to Hobby Lobby, but you can go to all of those places and you can get really cheap inexpensive yarn. But you can also go support a small business and support your local yarn shop. And we pride ourselves on having price points from all different areas.
Right. So we talk, we talk about, for example, the cashmere light. That's a high price point. There's no getting around it. It's a $36 ball. And I recognize that. And the Freya is a high price point. I definitely have those yarns. But we also have Barocco Vintage, which is $9.50. And unfortunately, because of COVID, those prices have, they've only gone up a little. It was $9, now it's $9.50. But we also have Universal Uptown, which is $7.
Yeah, we like to have sock yarn. You can go into lots of yarn shops and not be able to get anything less than $25, $26 for a skein of yarn. And we carry Bamboo Pop, which is $11 for this gorgeous yarn that's going to get you a pair of socks. And so we're very conscious of what everybody's available spending is, and we still want you to be able to participate in this make along. So that's one of the things that, Maddie and Kristen are not yarn shop owners. They're just friends who have a podcast and they talk about yarn and knitting. And as a local yarn shop, it's really nice to know that there are people supporting small businesses and local yarn shops. So that was really awesome that they wanted to partner with us to do something like this.
And we really appreciate it. We really appreciate them drawing attention to small businesses.
Which Small Business Saturday is the day to cast on, but that doesn't mean that you can't get your yarn ahead of time.
Yes.
And if you want to participate, and you want to and you're not local and you want to participate, you can just go to skeinyarnshop.com and make your purchase. And
I know we're working to make the website better every day. I know that some of the pictures are not up to date, and I apologize for that. I'm working on it as quickly as I can. We are happy to FaceTime shop with you. I'm happy to show you colors. Just call us at the shop. The phone number is 401-398-0110. We'll post it below so that you can go on our website and you'll see the phone number down below. And then we'll give you our cell phone numbers, and we can FaceTime shop with you so we can show you all of the colors. We're working on getting the colors updated, but we're happy to do that with you so you can pick out colors.
It's funny, Maddie actually mentioned that on the podcast because she wanted to make the stocking, and she wanted red, white, and gray. And so red, cream, and gray. So I was like picking colors that she thought she saw online that she wanted. And then I was like, I would do this one. And I sent something separate. And she was like, she made a comment about how, it's nice that you can, we're real people. It's not like calling a big company, or it's not like calling Michael's. No one there is going to help you pick out colors. We're real people, and we want to help you get what you really, really want. So if you want help with that, we are more than happy to do that. It's like my favorite thing.
Yeah.
It's my favorite part of the job is picking colors with people. So, that's the Love Your Local Yarn Shop make along. You can also take pictures of your make along stuff as you're doing it on Instagram. Share it with your friends. There's already a Ravelry group and discussion for whips and chatter on the Skein Yarn Shops one. The deal is whips are not allowed. You have to cast on Saturday, November 26th, and you have to post by January 1st. If you don't finish in that time, you can still post in the whips and chatter, but you can't start adding things there until, well, I guess you could start adding, like, this is what I'm thinking, but you can't cast on until the 26th. And I'm going to be really strict on that. I don't really know how to be, but I'll try.
Yeah. Do you know what you're casting on that day?
So I have a couple of things that I really want to do. I was super inspired when I came in on Saturday. I had a kid's birthday party, and there's the cutest shop next door to us called Teddy Bear Skins, and they wrap all your presents. So I go there for every birthday party I have to go to for the children because they can wrap it for me.
Isn't that funny that, I mean, it seems like such a small thing, but I actually think that they get a ton of business because they wrap all of the gifts.
I walk in and
everybody hates to wrap a gift.
I hate wrapping presents. I walk in and Dylan's like, "Oh, you got a birthday party to go to?" I was like, "Yep, I do." They have such good things, though. It's the
really, best place to go for a gift,
especially for kids' shoes. If you're in Rhode Island and you want your kids' feet measured, you know what's that store? Oh, you used to go to Stride Right. My mom used to take us to Stride Right to get our feet measured so that we would make sure we had the right size. They measure them. They have tons of shoes. And they always have a really good sale. It's the place to go
for kids.
They always have really good sales. Yeah. Anyway, I came in here afterwards and I was just
If you want your store plugged in East Greenwich or in Rhode Island,
just let us know. Go to Teddy Bear Skins. Yeah, so Angie was working on, she called it the Taylor Swift cardigan.
Oh, yeah.
So it's called the Folklore Cardigan by Amy Gunderson. And I have so she's using the Miss Babs.
Oh, cracked
peppercorn.
Peppercorn.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And I have that in my stash. And I was like, I want that. And now, guess what I'm doing on May 10th? I'm going to a Taylor Swift concert with some of my friends from high school.
Oh, you're going to love it. I've
never been to a Taylor Swift concert. And I don't even particularly care, but you're
going to love it. You're going to love it. She's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited about it.
I've been twice.
So we're going to that in May. And so anyway.
You're going to have the best time.
Angie was
Where is it?
I have no idea.
Gillette?
Probably. I have no idea.
You're going to have a great time.
I have nothing to do with it other than my friend Lindsay, who I've known since I was in elementary school, was like, "You want to go? We're going."
Awesome.
And I'm like,
you're going to have such a good time.
Let's go. So yeah, I want to make that. It's the Folklore cardigan. And it is supposedly, it's the Taylor Swift cardigan. I don't really know what that means. There's a song called Cardigan and she's wearing it and it looks just like this.
Yeah, I think it's got some cables.
Lots of cables and like little
stripes,
random bips of stripes. So mine is going to be the body in cracked peppercorn, and I don't know what probably hot pink.
It should be.
It should be.
Yeah.
Or navy.
It could be hot pink and navy. I think Angie.
Good idea.
I think Angie's are green and navy blue.
Okay.
I think there are two colors.
I didn't know that. I really haven't been paying that close attention to it, but that's something, that's a dream. What I really think I want to cast on is the Sun and Soul wrap by Tiff Nealon. We got in 30 colors of Spun Right Round. If you haven't used Spun Right Round, you should
be ashamed of yourself.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
This is out of Spun Right Round,
yes,
although a different base, but still the colors are awesome.
This is
Glitter Bomb, which we don't have right now, but
this is your Lavetta.
This is my Lavetta, which I still haven't woven in the ends.
It's okay,
but
it gives a little
something extra.
Yeah,
I love this. So
I am
and by Amber O'Brien.
Obsessed. I'm obsessed with Spun Right Round colors. Yeah. They're so gorgeous. Good. They're really, really beautiful. We got really
and the colors are all. Oh, I shouldn't really point. That's rude. Sorry. Let me just put my hands away.
They're meant to be faded. There's lots of fades available.
There are lots of fades that you can do with the colors that I got, and we still have all 30 colors, and we got classic sock, and there's something I want to say and I can't think of what it is. Just that all of the colors are posted on the website.
Whoop! How about that? They're so good. I used one of the things I made when I was pregnant with Charlotte was the blended brioche baby blanket.
Ooh, that's a lot of alliteration.
And I wanted rainbow style, like red, orange, yellow, loosely, but I wanted it like fluorescent and hot pink and hot colors. So
shocking.
not red, but like a crazy Barbie pink, like bubblegum pink. And I couldn't find a purple in my stash or at a local yarn shop. Skein wasn't around at that point. And I couldn't find what I really wanted. And I went on Spun Right Round and I found the perfect purple, and we have it. It's so good.
Moon Dance, right?
It's so good. It's one of my all-time favorite colors, I think. And knitting with it made me so happy.
The colors are just amazing, and you
so
people.
I think I want to do that. I think I want to do the Sun and Soul wrap. It's 4 colors. It's marled. It's giant. It's cozy. It's garter. It's squishy. It's all the things I love.
I actually remembered my cast on dreams.
Oh, okay. Tell us all about it.
Well, so the thing I really, really want to cast on is the Joji Locatelli's worsted boxy. That's what I really want to cast on in yak, in colors. I think I want to do it in dark brown.
Yeah.
Which we have coming in this week. Very, very excited. More colors of
a chocolatey color.
I think so. So we have a bunch of new colors in the yak coming in.
Sorry, I'm looking up something.
Nope, that's quite all right. The other thing that I really want to cast on is the sweater that Kimberly was wearing one of the days that she was here. Kimberly McAlinden, her design, the A Hug for You cardigan.
Was that the one that has like bright pink?
Yes, yes. So I really want to make that, although I'm not sure in what. Oh, Dream in Color.
Oh, okay.
Dream in Color Classy, again, right behind us. So good. And then, what was the other? Oh, and then the other is the other sweater that I almost stole from her, which I had started in,
oh, the one that
I had
that's
started.
Not hers. That's not her design.
No, it's Caitlin Hunter. I had started it in On the Round, and I think
right before we even opened the store.
That's right. The
Baltian.
Balshin. Really not sure how to pronounce it, by Caitlin Hunter, but I tried Kimberly's on and it fit me perfectly.
She looked amazing in that sweater.
So good.
I want to make this hat for Charlotte, I think. This is a fingering yarn held double. It's called Liana.
Love that.
And I got that Fangirl Fiber, that pink at Rhinebeck, and I wanted to make a hat for Char. And
the one that we got?
Yeah.
That one?
Yeah. But I don't want to.
That'll be good.
Yeah, so she held this double. I'm obsessed with it, and I think it would look really cute on her little head. I think it's so cute.
That would look really cute on
her.
her.
So I need to make a hat, and like there's all these things. I need to do all the things. So, but what I want to do, like all I want to do is make all the sweaters.
Same girl, same.
I just want to make all the sweaters. But for the make along, I'll probably be doing some Common Time cowls for sure.
Oh, yeah.
If not a Sophie shawl, if not the Inclinations cowl, if not, I don't know. There's too many things. The Manhattan hat.
I know. You said you wanted to make that, but you know what I think that looks like. I'm just saying.
There's an update to the pattern to make it not have that point at the top.
Come on.
Yeah.
Isn't that the whole point of the hat? See what I did there?
You're so funny. You want to make the Cité d'Or in Lamb and Goat.
I do, which I think I've already
Astrid
mentioned. Did we put a picture of that up? Because I'm in love with that. I know it's very simple, but I'm just in love with it, and I'm in love.
I would look like I was wearing a flag or something if I wore that. I just don't think I have the right body type for something. I
probably don't either. It's probably
you do, because you don't have as long a torso as me. Like mine would have to be so big.
I definitely do not have a long torso.
Mine would be so it would have to be so long, and then I don't know.
Do you have a long torso? Is that a thing? Is that a thing that you've noticed about yourself?
Yes, I do.
Because I have not noticed that about you.
I do have a long torso.
How do you even know that?
Because when I go to try on shirts, they don't fit right unless they're oversized. Like I can't wear like if I put that sweater on right there, it would come up way too short.
Really?
It's a thing. And if you look at Ben,
I know it's a thing because I know people talk about it, but I guess it's not something I've ever had to face.
Well, how tall are you?
5'3".
I'm 5'7".
Yeah.
And I don't think my legs are particularly long. So my length comes from my torso. In fact, one of my legs is shorter than the other by like almost a full inch.
I have the feeling that is the case with me as well. Like, because every pair of jeans I put on, like even these are new jeans, and like, I don't know, I noticed it immediately when I put them on.
They're too long?
No, like one is,
Oh.
It's immediately noticeable with the jeans, like they're uneven.
I got hit by a car when I was 5 and my leg was stunted.
Like the growth of it?
Mm-hmm. I know you think I'm kidding, but I'm not
I'm
kidding.
I'm actually I'm just struggling with how to respond to that.
I got hit by a car.
And it's not funny, and I know it's not funny, but I'm struggling.
I was crossing
I'm
my
trying not
street.
to laugh, and then I feel bad about that.
I was crossing. It's okay.
I know the story.
Well, they don't. I was crossing my street, going to see my grandma, who had just come home from vacation, and they lived at the end of the street. And I was crossing
Because I know that there's another part to this story, something about a quarter and your grandfather.
Oh yeah. And this kid ran a stop sign and hit me, and I flew
terrible.
over the top of the car. And
This
then
is
the kid,
unbelievable.
and then the kid drove away. What he didn't realize is that my very, very big, tall grandpa was walking towards us, and he watched the whole thing happen. And he stopped. He stood in the middle of the street so that the kid couldn't get by, and ripped the kid out of the car. And there was a police officer that lived on my street and a fireman that lived on my street, and they were.
How old was that kid?
He was like just with the car, with his license. I mean, it was traumatic. He was obviously at fault. He drove away.
Oh
from
my
hitting
gosh.
a 5-year-old. And it was the first day of summer vacation, and I was in a humongous cast up to my hip.
Randy Carlisle just announced a new event. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
She's having a tour with Pink. Did you see that? She's going on
Shut
tour
the
with
front
Pink.
door.
How did you not know that?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt your very traumatic story.
I mean, I was okay. All things considered, I should have been like in worse shape.
Yeah, weren't you like in a full body cast?
No, up to my hip, and it was only my leg.
Just one leg.
Mm-hmm. And so one of my legs is significantly shorter than the other. I think that's probably a bit of the issues with my hips.
Oh, you think?
Anyway, oop, that guy's coming.
Mm-mm.
Oh, he's an Amazon guy. We should let
I
him
can
in.
barely move because I've been sitting so long. Hold on.
Anyway, so
Oh God, now I'm limping.
So yeah, that happened to me when I was little, and that's why my legs are off.
Hi. No, I don't know who that is. I don't know. I would try. Go ask the UPS store.
No, UPS
It's not open. I don't know who that is. I'm sorry, hon. I'm sorry.
It's not ours.
No idea.
Mm-mm. The quarter that Lori's referring to is that my grandfather was like a jokester, and at one point he was trying to make me feel better, and he was balancing, and my grandmother was like the biggest worrywart like ever, and he balanced a quarter on the edge of my cast, which is wicked dumb. And
Oh my God, it sounds like Kevin.
And it of course went in. And then I just have this like super vivid memory of my dad and my grandfather tipping me upside down with like over the back of the recliner, banging on the bottom of my cast to try to get it out. But of course we had to go to the hospital and get the cast taken off and a new one put on to get the quarter out. And I think my grandpa probably slept on the couch for like a month because my grandma was so mad at him.
It must
for
have
doing
felt
that.
so good to be out of the cast for a little while.
Do you know how bad casts are? Casts now, when kids get a cast, they're waterproof and they're like,
gosh.
you could take a shower. I was like, I was the stinky kid.
Ooh.
It was summer. It was a really, really hot summer. It was bad.
Oof.
My I was too little to be able to like use crutches, and it was so heavy. So the bottom of my cast was just like duct taped together. It was awful. It was bad. Anyway, I'm sure you really wanted to hear about that. Okay, so we're on the back.
Anyhow.
All right, we have some other things to talk about what's new in the shop.
Right. Okay, wait. Let me just
Our
go down
Emma's
this
Yarn
list.
Smalliday kits have arrived. So if you pre-order,
All right, wait. Can we just hold? Can we just
back up.
slow your roll there, girl?
Yep.
All right. I just want to stress that that for the Mal, it's we really want you to purchase if you don't purchase from Skein Yarn Shop, we just really want you to purchase from a local yarn store.
That's part
Please.
of that's what it is. You have to.
Please, if that's to gain entry.
Yep.
We'd love it if you purchase from us, but just please purchase from a local yarn shop.
Yep.
That's the purpose of it.
And if you do get from this is another thing. If you go onto the We Share Needles group discussion board for Ravelry, when you get on there, Maddie created, or Kristen, they created a
I'm chewing ice.
local yarn shop map.
Oh yeah.
So it's an interactive map that when you open it up, it shows the country, and it shows all these little pins on the whole map, all local yarn shops that people have recommended. So it's awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
And again, we are online.
Yes.
So, and if you need any help,
Give us
call us or email us, and we are happy to help you. So that's the Mal.
Okay. We got our Smalliday kits in, and if you might have seen these on our live that we did this week, but if you didn't, here we are. So these are Smalliday kits.
So cool.
Are what Emma's Yarn calls like Advent kits, or Hanukkah kits, or whatever. They're called Smalliday kits because they're small little mini skeins.
They're so cute.
So we have two options, the DK or the sock. They both come the same way in this cute little drawstring tote with a little pouch attached, or little tag attached with some options for
patterns.
What you could use for your patterns. All of the yarn is wrapped up and individually labeled with a number. So you pull out your first one and you read off on the tag. It'll say this one is number 19.
20.
So you got to dig through and find number one. It also comes with a Love and Leche mint lotion bar, which these are awesome. And they smell delicious.
And they make your yarn smell delicious.
So you're going to pull one out every day, and the idea is to knit.
It smells so good.
I know. The idea is to knit on the day of the month with one of these little mini skeins. You could totally, if you want one of these, this could be what you use for your Love Your Local Yarn Shop Mal. If you wanted one of these, or you want to order one of these, and then get it to you so you can start it on December 1st. Okay. I pulled out, there's options on here, knitted and crocheted options. I pulled out a couple of things. This is the Habitation Throw by Helen Stewart. I've seen lots of people make this. It's a mindless, simple throw to make with your minis. I think I'm gonna do the Radvent throw, which is 1 square a day, and then you seam them all together. And this is the Solstice Wrap by Amba O'Brien. Amba O'Brien has a ton of Advent things. If you search for mini skeins on Ravelry, you can find lots of options as well.
Yeah, there are tons of things on Ravelry. All you do is just put in mini skeins, right?
Yeah. So we initially had done the Smalliday kits as a pre-order. We selected how many we wanted to have for the shop, and we still have a couple available from Fingering and DK. So if you haven't gotten a kit for December and you want to participate, we still have them available on our website, which it's linked below to the kits. They say they're pre-orders. They're not anymore because we have them in the shop, and as soon as you order, we can send it out as soon as we get that order. If you did already pre-order yours, they're available to pick up now in the shop, and we will be delivering yours to the post office tomorrow if you placed an online order for one.
Yeah, and I'll probably try to remember to go in, and I'll take pre-order out, so it'll just be Smalliday sets now.
Okay.
All right.
What's new in the shop? All the things.
we have a lot of new stuff. We're getting in a lot of new stuff.
You know what I could do is kind of take a little mini tour after a little tour video of some new stuff while no one's here messing things up. So we have lots of things from Della Q. Della Q is wildly popular at Skein Yarn Shop. We're really, really grateful for all of the beautiful things that we get from them. One of the new things we got, and I have mine, this is the Della Q tote bag. Mine is green, but we have a bunch of other colors available. I'm not sure which ones are spoken for or not spoken for.
So this tote comes in 7 colors. So it comes in this olive, it comes in a black, it comes in a deep cranberry red, it comes in a blue.
Navy, like a navy gray blue.
Yep. It also comes
Mustard?
in mustard color. It comes in
Pink.
a light petal pink. It
Green.
comes in, this olive, and it comes in, hold on one sec. Can't think. Oh, a light gray, almost with a blue, almost with like a blue tinge to it.
Ooh.
And then, what is the one color I missed?
That was it.
That was it?
You didn't count olive.
Okay. All right. Then that's it. And I am literally about to place an order, because even though we just got an order in, most of them are gone. The yellows, the mustards are gone, the blues are gone, the reds are gone. The only ones I have left are, I think I have olives left, and I have black left.
There's so many pockets in this bag. I can't even tell you. There's just
ridiculous.
There's so many pockets. There's so many cool things. Comes with little stitch markers on a ring. Comes with a embroidery.
And that's
needle.
a stitch holder. That's a stitch holder.
Yeah, yeah. It comes with, like, there's this
A yarn
yarn
cutter
inside the bag. It's really, really great. I've been using it kind of like a purse and just tossing my knitting in it as well.
People like, I pulled them out of the box and people are like, that's mine.
Yeah, they're beautiful. They're really well made.
Yeah.
They're really, really
They're
$130.
$130. And then the little buddy cases also.
Buddy cases.
The circular needle holders. Yes, very, very popular.
All right, so I'll take us on a little tour after to show you some of the things. We also...
And then the books have been very, very popular. So we finally got in Patty Lion's knitting bag of tricks. So, you know, obviously we're thinking ahead that holidays are right around the corner. Someone just showed up.
It's Kevin Land.
Oh.
You want to meet Kevin?
Want to meet? So this is Patty Lyons' knitting bag of tricks. For those of you who don't know who Patty Lyons is, she's an amazing knitting designer and teacher. And this is called Over 70 Sanity Saving Hacks for Better Knitting.
Kevin
And
wants to say hi.
this is...
Come on, Kev.
Come on, Kev. Come on in. All right, here he is.
Wow. That's Kevin. He's one of the husbands.
He's one of the husbands, the shop husbands. So,
What you doing?
Oh, I came by to get something.
oh,
It's on here.
Some yarn?
okay.
You need some yarn today?
So,
You have like 18, I think, of those left.
yeah, something like that. Discover why more than 100,000 knitters have taken classes with Patty.
You're going to be one of those people.
I am going to be one of those people. I'm so excited. I'm signed up to take classes with her at Vogue in February. I'm super excited, but she has so many great hacks for all of those little issues that you encounter, and, you know, like how to avoid a jog when you're knitting in the round, and
weaving in ends
Weaving in
properly,
ends.
joining a new color.
So
Also, just so you know, the book is designed so that it lays flat, it's not broken.
that's right. That's right. So this is a book that honestly no one should be without. It's just one person's opinion. Great. Makes a fantastic gift for the knitter in your life. So we have those.
We have tons of books. This is the Laine magazine for autumn 2022.
Yep.
Patterns.
Winter's coming in.
Winter is coming in. Lots of patterns, lots of advice, lots of good things in that one. Salt and Timber. This is Lindsay Fowler. Patterns, and literally every pattern in here is so good. I want to show the one I want to make.
Beautifully photographed.
Look at this one. Oh, it's so good. Is that in the thing? I can't see.
Yep.
Am I showing
You're
it?
good. You're good.
Beautiful
good.
books.
You're gonna want to make every pattern in that book. I think I only have a couple left.
We only have 2 left. There's two. So that's that. We still have a few copies of the Worsted book.
By Amy Gill.
Bye-bye, Kev.
Bye.
I was like, what's he doing? Yeah, so we still have a couple of the worsted books left, as well as the 52 Weeks of Shawls book.
And we have coming in a new publication, 52 Weeks of Easy Knits, which is coming in December. I think people are really excited about that, with a collection with, again, a list of great designers, including people like Isabel Kramer. That's the only one I can remember off the top of my head, but as long as it's got her in it, I'm in. And then I think 52 Weeks of Socks, they have also reissued that, and I got some copies of that. So
Cool.
All about these amazing books. They make great gifts.
Definitely. Not sure if you're aware, but we have buttons now.
Yes, we do.
We're button sellers.
Yes.
That was an overwhelming meeting with the button guy, Bob.
Oh,
Bob.
I love him.
I love him too, but man,
Bob the Button Man
can the man sell buttons or what?
knows what he's doing.
We're like, Bob, we don't like those buttons. He's like, come on, you like those buttons. We're like, okay, we like the buttons. Right? Some of them.
Yeah.
Some of
Yeah.
you gotta
need
get
that-
this button.
Yes, this button
This
you
button's
need.
huge.
You have to have this button.
Huge button.
Huge seller.
Huge.
You might not like it, but you need it.
You might hate this button.
Right.
People
All
like
right.
this
I'm
button.
deferring to you, Bob.
Oh my God. I think he lives for those words.
He's awesome.
He's great.
Yes.
All
Can't
right,
wait to see him again.
last thing that we have to really tell the people is about our pillow class that's
Right.
out. Rachel, our crochet teacher, is teaching a class starting this weekend.
Look at that.
For the ASTRID pillow class.
I love it.
ASTRID pillow class. Yeah, that's what it's called. It's a crochet class, and it's a 2-parter. So you start off making all the little squares, which are so cute. And then
Granny,
the second
it's all about the
class-
granny square these days.
And then the second class, she teaches you how to put it all together. There's such a cool granny square. She used mini skeins. So she suggested, even if you wanted to, you could use the spun right round.
That's the other thing. I knew we forgot to talk about that. That's right.
So Rachel's suggesting mini skeins for this. So we have these spun right round mini skein sets. They're $90 for 10 skeins.
That one is called, is that Spill the Tea?
Yes, this one is Spill the Tea. This one is Daydream. And this one is Chalk Paint.
So good.
You could also use it to make TL Yarn Crafts
Juniper cowl.
if you wanted to make another mini thing. So if you wanted to cast on a cowl or a pillow or anything on the 26th, you can do that as well.
There's so many good mini skein things.
I know. Or if you wanted to break these up and use them as heels, toes, and cups, I wouldn't blame you. I totally get it. So what I think I'll do is we'll stop, unless you have more that you want to talk about, and then I can take a little tour around to show you some new stuff in how it's set up at the shop. And oh, should we show Judy's new holiday bags?
I think we should,
Okay.
because they're so good.
Okay.
See what I did there? I made a rhyme in no time.
I thought you were gonna get up and get them.
You thought I was gonna do what?
I thought you were gonna get up and get them.
Get the bags.
I was excited. Oh, it's toasty all of a sudden over there.
I'm not really sure what my husband came in for, but
Checked your phone. It probably took all your money out of your account.
awesome.
Just kidding. I don't know. We call these new handled totes
Because
we're
are
very
so
clever.
creative.
So these are Judy's new bags, a new style of bag, and we pulled these little goodies. This is our little woodland creature one. So cute. These are not online, but if you want to get one, you can contact the shop and we'll be happy to get you one of them. This is the cute little fa la la.
So cute.
Do you see that? So cute.
Oh, well, I did, but they didn't see. Wait, where was it?
The little guy is
he's
holding
holding
a sign.
it. It says fa la la.
I really hoped that the people were going to call me and say my car was ready. These little Santa gnomes, they're very cute.
Adorable.
I like their little hats. This is like a winter one with little puppy dogs wearing knitwear.
They are so cute. These fabrics are adorable.
And a Hanukkah one.
Hanukkah one.
Happy Hanukkah.
Yep. Day after Thanksgiving, baby.
Is it really?
No, what? Oh.
That makes no sense.
No, you didn't let me finish.
Oh, the day after Thanksgiving is when you're going to start using it.
Yes.
Okay. I was like, really? Shit, I got to get you something. Shoot, I mean. Oops. Cursing. Okay.
I can't. So yes, I love it. I love the Hanukkah fabric. I love all the fabrics.
Me
They're all
too.
so cute.
Look at cute.
So cute. I love
Nice
this. I
big.
think this is my favorite,
Yeah, with
like
the
Christmas
puppies.
one.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
know.
not even Christmas. It's winter.
This is a winter one. You're right.
It's blue.
It's so adorable.
Super cute.
I would carry any of them,
Me too.
honestly.
Oh boy.
All right. We should. Oh, she's. I feel like I'm a crazy person. Because I am. All right. I think we're good. Look at us go.
I really want to make something out of Freya, like right now.
I know. I want to make all the things.
What are you guys making?
Yeah. Please tell us. Comment below. What are you making? That would be lovely. I want to know what everybody's making.
Yeah.
Because I need more things to put on my wish list of things I want to make. Oh gosh, you know what else we have coming in this week? So, that's another thing. There I go with the finger again.
What?
We have a huge shipment of a tenty coming in.
Oh.
Huge. Yeah. So there's that. Oh, and another thing
I'm
we're
so
getting in.
sleepy.
This is another thing that I wanted to mention. Speaking of inexpensive yarns, after the new year, we'll be getting Barocco vintage sock yarn, which I'm extremely excited about. We will have another lovely, inexpensive sock yarn. And, airplane gum.
One of the ladies from the yarn shop brought in a bunch of these like gums, and they come like in little tiny packages, right? So we had these. So who brought them in the first place? Paula?
No, Lori Weitzner.
She brought no. She was the one that kept saying these are great for the plane. Somebody,
And then we just started calling them
No,
airplane gum.
because she must have said it about 15 times, and we
Yeah.
were like, who's going on a plane? She's like, it's airplane gum. It's perfect for the plane. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Come to find out, it really loses its flavor very fast.
Of course it does.
But it's good for an airplane.
What makes it good for the airplane? I don't understand.
Oh, it doesn't taste like grape soda.
How do you get it open?
You stab it with a pen.
Well, that's stupid.
Do you like, well, that's why it's not good for the airplane.
But it, okay. I need to get to the bottom of this. Where is Lori Weitzner? We need to find out what makes it good for the airplane. Is
Do
it
you like grape soda?
I do like grape soda. I mean, I don't really drink it, but I like it.
Oh, okay. The car dealership's calling.
Oh, all right. Gotta go. All
Bye,
right,
guys.
people.
Hello.
All right. To be answered on the next podcast. What makes this airplane gum? Bye, everyone.
Thanks
for
for
watching.
All right, so here's a little updated video of where things are at the shop. So these are our Emma's Yarn kits for the Golden Coast shawl. We still have lots of little project bags, mini skeins, and of course the speckle and skeined hedgehog puzzles. Here's all that sock yarn we were talking about. This is the bamboo pop. That's $11, makes a full skein of socks, or full pair of socks from one skein. And then we also have the crazy zobber balls. And this is our fingering weight wall. And there's all that beautiful spun right round. We're re-tagging some things. So this is our worsted side of the shop. We have lots of Rios. This yarn is Laine Frida. One skein will make you some cute little hats. We also have some pattern books available for the Frida. Here's all that Laine cashmere light that Lori is using for her Sophie shawl, but you could also use 2 balls for the common time cowl that we were talking about. And there's the yak. Oof, so good. As well as our Barocco Vintage and our remix, also by Barocco. Here are all the Dream in Color worsted weight yarns. It's Dream in Color Classy. "100% superwash, 250 yards about. And it retails for $26 a skein. Underneath there we've got Mochi by Barocco, which is a worsted weight yarn, and some Attenti bags. And finishing up our worsted, we have Ultra Alpaca by Barocco and Enya, as well as some Uptown worsted and Cotton Supreme. Cotton Supreme, that's what it's called, right? Here's needles and bags and tchotchkes. We got in a big shipment of the maker's boards. So if you don't have a maker's board, we've got them right here. How cute are these little tape measures? They're $4. We've got the ruler bracelets. We have the needle gauges. We have the fuzz off comb from Cocoa Knits that you use instead of like a gleaner to remove pilling on your hand knits. We've got some scissors. I guess we need more scissors, Laura.
Yeah.
Wicks and sticks. A few barber cords. This cute little sewing kit. We need getting some pom-poms in. And then look at these buttons. So cute. These are the circular needle cases from Della. We have every color. Over here's our bulky and super bulky. So we're now at the back of the store. This is the super bulky section. We have the Barocco Wizard that we're using for blankets and shawls and all sorts of things. We've got some patterns for that. There's Remix Bulky. This is an alpaca chunky. That's really lovely. This is the Chris. I used it to make this really cute hat here, even though that pom-pom is a little floppy. The Chris is really fun. It's got nylon wool and elastic. Here's our Rasta section. Lots of Rasta, perfect gift knitting. And now we move to DK. So the DK section's here. Got ultra wool DK, cotton DK, vintage DK, vintage baby, the Lannis light. What's the name of that flower sweater? That the lady from Ireland is making.
Oh, the drawing.
The drawing sweater is a new pattern. You've probably seen it. It's got beautiful flowers in the yoke, and then it transitions down to a solid, and she's making it. She's so excited because she's making it out of these two colors here at Lannis Light, and it's a $33 sweater, which is awesome. Over here we have some Laine cashmere in the DK version. This yarn is really soft. It's 100% cashmere, and it's really beautiful. So we have that. We have Hedgehog's Fibers Tweedy in the noir and in the plain gray. Here's some Ken yarn. And here we have Hedgehog. And here's my famous sweater. Here she is in her glory. And this is some DK that we've got from Junk Yarn on the Round and Madeline Tosh, as well as some Feederbrook. And then we move over to this gorgeousness over here that is all the Freya at the top. This is the Freya Merino Silk Sport. That was bothering me. Anybody else? This is screaming. These two are screaming to me. I don't know what they want to be, but they want to come home with me, I think. And then we have some Freya singles in the sport. We've got lots of Ariel by Barocco, which is dude.
What?
What's Ariel?
Mohair?
Mohair. Good Lord, it escaped me. This is a Tecumseh out of the Merino Silk Sport. It's so gorgeous. And this lovely lady here is wearing one of the Della backpacks. And then in this corner up front, we have our cozy little chair, some bamboo, bamboo pop, some cotton yarns. These are some Attenti bags that we have available. We've got these Freya Minikins, which are really great, and this wall of shawl